welcome back to a new vlog. This time we're not outside exploring, but we're here and we're going to answer all of your questions.
First of all, thank you to everyone who put in your questions. We've got them all here, and today, we're just going to be getting to know each other a bit better, answering the questions and sharing a bit more about ourselves, really. So starting off with the first question from Catherine Flint. Love watching you guys. Thank you, Catherine. Do you van life in winter as well? And if so, where are your top 3 winter destinations?
We've been living in the van for 4 years now, can you believe it?
Yeah, this is my 5th winter now coming up.
Yes. Some of them were harsh, some of them were easier. It all depends on the location, the elevation as well, and if there's snow outside or not.
Yeah, so I think for top 3 we'll have to say, let's start off with one,
Yeah.
like in the proper snow winter conditions.
Austria and Slovenia.
So yeah, so around the Alps, it can be a bit challenging at times, but it's just so beautiful. And to have seen those places in summer and then just watch them transform into white, it's just something else, really.
The fact that you open the door and you're out there, you know, all you see is just white landscape. It's really nice. And then the second one?
Yeah, I would say somewhere maybe a bit warmer. We've been to Italy, like last winter, and Albania as well. That was about 2 years ago now. And those are pretty amazing because you can swim in winter.
In fact, we swam actually, yes.
And you can stay in a t-shirt, so that's pretty good van life destination for winter. And because the main tourist seasons are in summer, when you go to Albania, Italy and these countries in winter, you have the beaches to yourself, and sometimes the parking is free, and you can go to places that you wouldn't be able to go to in summer.
Exactly, yes. And then I would say the third one is Greece and Turkey, right?
Yeah, we've never been there in winter before, but
Yeah.
I would imagine.
But they have mild winter temperatures, so I think it's very convenient. Second question is from Terence. What app do you use for park apps, and do you use an app for comparing fuel prices?
For park apps, there are quite a few different apps that you can use. The main one which we use is called Park for Night. It's a free app initially, but then we pay like €10 a year or something, very small. And that gives you like access to, well, I'm not sure what, to be honest, but we just pay that, and that's the one we use. And then there are other apps as well which you can use. Like when we were in Scandinavia, there was some different ones that we found, and even over in the States they use different apps as well.
Sometimes you also use Google Maps and Camper Stop as well. Sometimes
Camper Stop, it's called.
It
the other one,
depends on the country as well.
But I'd say like 80% of the time we use the one called Park for Night. We found that one to be the best.
It's very useful because so many people put reviews there, and it's up to date, guys, as well.
And it's just easy to use as well. You just kind of select what you want to look for, and you can find it really quite fast. And in regards to fuel, no, we don't really use any apps. I know it varies between countries, so like let's say you're in Greece and you want to go to Albania, we just do a normal Google search, and there's this website, I think it's like petrol prices or diesel prices or something, and it gives you like the average price in the country, and that way you can get an idea of if it's more expensive where you're going or cheaper.
If we know that we're going to a country where it's expensive, we fill up our fuel tank, all of it actually, so we, save some money.
Yeah, exactly. More important than that as well, if you fill up like on the highways and on the autostrada and on the main roads, it's normally much more expensive. So sometimes the country doesn't really matter if you're filling up in the wrong place. The next question is, have you Google Maps showing where you've been and the highlights you've seen? It'll be very useful for our future visits. Thanks, Anthony.
Unfortunately, we don't have that, right? It's not, we don't have that public Google Maps where you can see all the places that we've been to.
We just save them randomly sometimes, like depends on where we're going, and then we either delete them or it's not really organized at all. So the answer is no, but we do have obviously our YouTube videos all online, and they're actually sorted into playlists. So let's say you want to go to Greece, Anthony, you can click on our Greece playlist and you can watch the videos in order, and same for all the other countries that we've been to as well.
And we normally say where we're parked, the location, the area as well.
I sometimes try and put it up on the screen. Yeah, for parkings I don't sometimes put the exact location, unless it's like a campsite or it's like an official parking spot. But we try and put up the locations where we are, so that if you see something you like, you can actually go there.
So this one is for you. What do you do while Charlene is doing all the cleaning and cooking?
Normally, I'll be working on the laptop, editing or doing something like that. But in this case, I guess the question is because of the Meteora vlog. and I was actually in the pool, so I can't lie. I was in the pool for about 2 hours and I absolutely loved it. So not much more to say there. Love watching your travels, but when doing so much wild camping, where do you find to empty your toilet cassette and fill up with fresh water? How easy is it and what does it cost?
So it all depends on the location and the country. Some countries, they have these free spots where you can go empty everything and then fill up your water tank, and it's quite convenient for van lifers. In Greece, the only solution for us was campsites. We visited a lot of campsites where, yeah, we just emptied everything and filled up our water tank, and we stayed also one night there. We were actually asking sometimes if it's allowed just to empty and fill up, and they said no.
Yeah, it was
Unfortunately, sometimes we do it as well in other countries, and
Yeah, but Greece was difficult in that
yeah,
respect.
Greece was very difficult.
So we were staying
yeah.
at a campsite like twice a week, and then everything will last us about 3 days in between our next visit. But
Because-
other countries, yeah,
yeah.
like Charlie mentioned, like France, Germany,
Slovenia, Norway.
you have so many of these different spots all over the country. Not so much in the tourist areas, I must admit, but pretty much throughout the rest of the country. And yeah, you can just go there and empty your stuff for free, and then pay something small, fill up the water and stuff like that.
So that's how it's done. When are you coming to Slovakia? How your doggy is managing the heat?
So Slovakia, yeah, we've actually been with the van very briefly when we drove through, and that was quite nice. We didn't spend a lot of time there. And we've also been, before we had the van, and we went to Bratislava, we went to the Tatras, so it's a really beautiful country. And yeah, I think at some point in the next couple of years, we want to go back to Slovakia.
It's on our
and
list.
do like a proper trip. So stay tuned for that. And in regards to Holly, yeah, the heat is getting to her a little bit, but luckily we've had the beaches, and yeah, she's been able to swim.
Yeah.
So we
she
see,
cooled down a bit.
yeah,
right,
we
when
see
she
the
was
difference. When she
swimming.
comes from the sea and sits in the shade, she's all right. But then some other days, yeah, it's a bit difficult. So we do like wet towels sometimes to keep her cool. And yeah,
We were both in
Everyone
agony sometimes, you know, like when you see her like, and we're the same actually.
yeah, we're in it all together, aren't we?
It's funny, but we survived. So,
Would
next
you
one.
ever consider coming to England? So yeah, we've been to the UK, even with the van as well.
You have a good relationship with the UK, right?
With the van, it's a love-hate relationship because, especially in England, there's not really many places where you can go with the van.
Unfortunately.
The campsites are, I don't know, some of them are a bit expensive, and
Some of them they don't have
Yeah, all
where
the
to
services.
empty everything, you know?
yeah.
Crazy.
So it's a bit difficult. But then in regards to the countryside and the people, we absolutely loved
So
it.
beautiful.
If you haven't watched it yet, go and check out the playlist from the UK, because we went over to England, went into Wales in the north, Snowdonia, all the way up to Scotland,
Scotland was
NC500.
amazing too.
So that was a really, really good trip, and there's loads of amazing videos on the channel. So look out for the UK playlists on our channel, and you can go and see what we got up to. And yeah, we'll definitely be going back. We might even be going back sooner than you think.
If you had no option but to do van life in just one country for the rest of your lives, what country would that be? Ooh. And so let's answer this one, right? Let's
Okay,
answer
yeah,
this
this is a difficult one, especially because of the weather conditions. So we have always said that the ideal situation would be Scandinavia, like Norway, especially Norway,
Yes.
in summer, and then one of the countries that we mentioned, like Turkey, Albania, any of the southern Mediterranean countries, like on the mainland, would work, to be honest. But yeah, after our experience here in Greece, yeah, Greece is up there for sure.
I would pick Greece.
Next time we come back, we'll come in winter time. And what was the other question?
Do you have plans for upgrades to the van? Or are there any things that you are eventually looking to get which could help improve your van life experience?
We have everything we need in the van, and it's more a matter of kind of just maintaining it, kind of fixing little things that go wrong now and then, and yeah, just trying to keep the van as it is. So I think it's more maintaining rather than looking for new stuff. So next question is, how did you two meet?
Ooh,
I'm going back in time here.
yes. So we met years ago. We actually met through friends. Oh
How
my
long
God.
ago? How long ago was that?
14 years.
14 years ago. It's a long time.
We used to hang out together and we were always adventurous. In our first 6 months, we booked a ticket to, what's the name? Cyprus. And
Yeah,
we
Cyprus was the first
traveled
place
there for the
yeah.
very first time together. From that onwards, we kept on traveling, you know. But yeah, it's
Yeah, but how do you
such a
mean? It's not
long
like
time.
yeah, it's not like
True friends, I would say.
yeah, through friends. We had a lot of common friends,
Yes.
and then we used to hang out with each other, and then I don't know what happened.
Back then it was different. We had no apps such as Instagram, you know, and all of these new apps. So it was
Yeah, it's different back
going
then, wasn't
to the club, you know, and yeah, you
Yeah,
just
we had
meet people, you talk with people actually.
we had a different lifestyle as well back then. So a lot
Yes.
of going out.
Everyone knew each other
yeah,
as
that's
well. It's because it was small.
Yeah, yeah. Like nowadays, things work completely different. I imagine, like everything is done online.
But for us, it was different. I remember this one night. Remember that wild night that
Which
we
wild night?
stayed. We stayed out all night. I remember, and then
Which one?
we went and bought more alcohol around 8 a.m. in the morning.
Don't try this at home, kids. So yeah,
We were crazy.
different times, different times. But that's how we met, really. Just nothing too overly romantic. It was just friends, like we knew each other, and then we hanged out like in a group setting. And then like a month or two later, then we started like going out. But it was like just very,
Yeah,
I don't know.
we're old now.
The next one, we've got 5 questions. We're going to skip the first one, which is how do you manage to finance your trips? Because someone else asked that, and we're going to cover it later on.
The second one is
Yeah.
Chris must be of British origin, right?
Yeah. So I was born in England in this place called Grays in Essex, and my parents used to live there around Essex and East London area, and then we moved to Malta when I was a little kid. My dad was born in Malta before he went to live and work in England, so yeah, that's why we ended up back in Malta. And yeah, I grew up in Malta, so I'm kind of half British, half Maltese.
I would say more Maltese than British.
Yeah, because I spent most of my life in Malta, but then my family, some of it is in the UK. I have friends in the UK as well, so it's a bit of a mix. So I look British, but I'm actually Maltese, I would say. That's what I got on my ID card anyway, and that's one of the reasons why we're able to move around Europe so easily as well, because Malta is in the EU, and that's a good thing at least.
Another question. Why don't you install solar panels and an AC for summer? We have solar panels.
Yeah,
have
we've got one solar panel,
Yeah.
and AC we don't really need that much because we're not really in hot countries all the time. This was our first like proper experience where we stayed in a hot country for a
temperatures.
large period of summer.
It was
Like
crazy.
we mentioned, like last time we were in Turkey, by this time we were heading back up already, and we'd left the southern coast. So yeah, we never really needed an AC, but it's like I mentioned, something that we consider if we want to spend like a full summer in a warm country again.
And it's expensive as well, so
I
it doesn't
don't
make
even know
sense
really how much they
to-
cost.
I think over 1K for sure.
I guess so. Yeah, then you have to
Yeah.
install it as well. Almost like they have to cut a bigger hole and do it instead of the fan up here. So yeah, something to consider though for the future.
How old are you?
How old are you? I think he's asking you, Sean, not me.
He's asking you.
Me, okay. So I am 36 years old now. And Charlene, we're not going to give Charlene's age, but she's 2 years younger than me.
Yeah,
So you can
okay.
work it out yourself.
That's better. Okay, so what were you doing before start traveling?
Oh, so many things. We both left school at an early age. So like we just started working when we were 16, 17. Like, we didn't know each other back then, obviously,
Yeah.
but pretty similar story. I'll start first. Maybe I started DJing and organising events, and that was my life like from 16 years old to about 23, 24. 23 actually, because then I got fed up of it. And I used to work in the call centre, and then got a job in a bank doing the call centre thing as well. And then from there I moved into HR, so pretty corporate jobs. And then I went into the fraud team, and then after about 12 years of that I just got fed up of that whole thing. It was nice because I had a lot of friends there, like really nice office experience. We used to have a laugh, go out for drinks and stuff like that. But the actual work itself wasn't really doing it for me. And just gradually, you know, we decided to do something different. So now I opened up my business for video production and photography and just like did the whole 360 really. And Charlene, like throughout that time, worked a lot of different jobs as well.
Yes, I changed a lot of jobs, I would say. Just because I never really fitted in the corporate world. Don't get me wrong, I studied HR, I did some part-time courses, you know, all the time actually.
Yeah, always studying. Something new.
But yeah, apart from those courses, I never went to uni, and it was pretty normal jobs, like
Office jobs mostly,
office
yeah.
jobs, yes, like receptionist, you know. And then in the end I used to work in HR, but yeah, very normal 9
Yeah.
to 5 job.
We had a pretty normal life before this.
Yes.
Pretty standard, I'd say. How is it to live in Malta?
Oh my goodness. So this is a very tricky question because it depends if you're on holiday, if you're coming from another country where it's very different from Malta, and then you're living there for 1 year or two, you know, or like us, we've been there for all of our lives, we know it inside out. So yes, for us it's not nice to live there. But as a country, it's very picturesque, you know. We have Comino, we have Gozo, we have touristic places which are really, really nice, and it's surrounded with sea.
Yeah, we showed you a bit of our country when we
So-
went this year, so I hope you enjoyed watching that.
Yes, it's really nice, you know, the fact that you are always comfortable as well. Like
Yeah, no cold weather really.
no cold weather, just the heat we have a lot.
Yeah,
we
heat
have-
in summer, yeah, that gets pretty hard.
it
But in
gets-
winter, it doesn't get cold at all.
In winter, it's really nice. Even for Christmas, you know, sometimes it's always sunny, and some people dream about that.
And it's pretty safe as well. Obviously, there are some negative things as well, which we'll touch on in a moment. But generally speaking, in regards to going out at night on your own, like especially for women and stuff like that, it's pretty safe compared to other European countries. The population is heavily growing. When we were younger, it was about 400,000 people, right, on tiny island, and now we're close to 600,000 people, obviously plus tourists in summer. So it does feel a bit cramped. You can't really go anywhere without there being a lot of people. And yeah,
And just to put you in perspective of a daily life back home, so you wake up around 6 a.m., right? You get out of your house around 7. You skip all the rubbishes first.
yes, we need to
is
stop
so
there. So
funny.
we don't really live in houses anymore in Malta. Everyone lives in an apartment.
Apartments, yeah.
So you've got blocks of 8 apartments all next to each other, no parking, and just like all the rubbish downstairs. So
Yes, that's a big factor. And then you get in your car, right? And within less than 5 minutes, guys, you get stuck in traffic. And then you stay stuck in traffic until you arrive work.
So if you work somewhere central, you know, you just have to drive 10 kilometers and
Yeah.
it could take you about an hour.
And then you have
With
to
traffic.
find a parking space. And then after that, right, you go to work, right? And then you have your 1 hour break or 30 minutes of break. And there's nowhere to go. Not even a small park where you can go and enjoy your lunch. I remember I used to stay on my desk to have my lunch, or otherwise go outside and see cars and people everywhere. So that's the struggle of it. And then you finish around 4 p.m. and it's much worse because all of the people are just going back home after a long day at work. They want to be with their families, you know, and everyone's frustrated. And then it's even worse because the traffic, it's like 1 hour and a half. And I'm
Yeah, not every day though.
not every
I think
day,
you're
but it's
exaggerating
too
a bit.
much.
But
It's too much. And then you get back home and you have to find a parking space. You remember how much we struggled back then?
yeah, then you have to find a parking spot and then you have to walk back to home. And then if you want to go
So
out,
crazy.
then it's a nightmare to find parking. So you'd have to park like 15 minutes away or something. And that was our life really, especially even if you go shopping, we'd kind of drop you off and then you put the shopping inside and then we go and find a parking. So
It's crazy.
I think
And
now
it's
you need
not-
to have a garage.
Yeah.
And it's just too many people in such a small place. With that, obviously, construction, a lot of construction now, which is good for the economy, but bad for living conditions because it's very noisy, very dusty, and a lot of rubbish everywhere. But then the tourist areas are very, very beautiful, very
Yeah,
clean,
really nice.
and some of the best places in Europe, I'd say. So Malta is split between two, and it depends on what you're coming there for, how long you're going for, and.
But
yeah.
as a local, I don't
Yeah, I
think
prefer
it's
how it
good.
was before. It was much more relaxed, kind of like Greece, where you go to the beach, just park your car and go down. Whereas now, you have to plan how you're going to get to the beach and where you're going to park, and I don't know.
So crazy. But anyway, it's nice. We love it.
So why did you leave your home in Malta and live in the van?
I think this was one of the reasons, right? We just said all the negative parts of Malta. Well, not all of them. There are more for sure. But yeah, I think one of those.
So I would say lack of
reasons.
opportunity in what we want to do, lack of nature, and yeah, just too many people. Like I said, it's good for business, but being in the van here, it's just amazing. We get to experience so much more.
And the mentality as well. You have to say that, right?
Yeah, some
the
people have a
mentality.
different mentality, but it's split as well. Like anywhere really, you'll have some of the people that have really good mentality and they kind of see these things, and other people, even in our videos when we went to Malta, would say, "Oh, there's a lot of traffic and a lot of construction," and their response would just be like, "Leave then if you don't like it,"
Yeah,
and they
so
just get
crazy.
defensive. So there are some people that still.
Like, we're talking
Yeah.
about reality. Like,
Yeah.
we're not lying. It's true.
Yeah, even like if a tourist will come and say something negative,
Yeah,
people will be
they're
like,
just
"Oh,
like,
why
"Go
did you come
back."
here?
Yeah,
Go back to your
like-
country." Which I don't know. Maybe maybe it's the good thing to say. But in my
Everyone
opinion,
have, yeah.
everything has its good and bad, and yeah, you've just got to be mature enough to see both of them and not just think your place is horrible or your place where you live is the best, because it's most likely not. And the most reason really why we left Malta wasn't because of this, it was because of Holly. We wanted to figure out a way where we can travel, where I can work on my business doing like photography in the mountains and working with different clients. Most of them were abroad, to be honest, so I was traveling a lot. And we just wanted to figure out a way how we can
Do it.
bring Holly with us, because whenever I would either travel on my own or if Shalin would come with me, we'd have to get our parents or my brother or someone to come to our place to look after Holly, and it was just getting a bit too difficult. So we're trying to figure out a way how we can travel with Holly. And keep in mind, this is 2018, so quite some time ago. I think in 2020 it kind of started to get popular. So back then we had no idea of what we can do. And I remember we used to see like these caravans. So we thought, let's look at that option. Maybe we can get a caravan, stay in a campsite in Europe, and then kind of use our car to travel around or something, and that way Holly can come with us. And then I remember that year as well, we rented like a small van in Slovenia and we travelled around and we absolutely loved it. We just thought we need something a bit bigger than this. And then the year after we discovered motorhomes, and we spent like all of 2019 just looking at different motorhomes, different vans, whether you should build it yourself, buy one ready-made. And yeah, we just went down the rabbit hole. And as soon as we were ready to kind of go, you know what happened in 2020. So we got stuck for another year, and we eventually ended up buying Tandy from France online through a video call. So we didn't actually see it until we came to pick it up. So it was a bit of a stressful experience,
It was. Back then it was.
but amazing at the same time, right?
And then we were moving as well from one place to another because we had sold our apartment. It was crazy.
Yeah, then we moved into a friend of mine.
Yes.
And yeah, you kind of have to do everything at once, and then we're just waiting for the call to go and pick up the van, which seemed to never come. But then finally when it did, which is July 2021, we just packed up everything and we were gone. We actually flew out, me and Charlene, first to Paris, picked up the van, drove it down to Sicily, and then we picked up Holly. But to answer your question, apart from like enjoying this life, spending time in nature and traveling, Holly, our dog, was a big reason why we chose van life. And when we moved into the van, it was a big risk. Like, everyone was telling us, "You're crazy," and it was a little bit scary, but 99% we were sure that this is what we wanted to do, and I'm so glad that we did that.
We had no idea back then, to be honest. I thought that we were going for 6 months, and then we go back home. But
Told you.
we kept living in the van. Here we are now 4 years later.
Originally, we didn't know about winter, whether we'd have work or what to do and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
we were so
thought
scared.
We'd go for summer, and then in winter we'd drive back home. And then we just never made it, apart from this year we made it, 4 years late. So 3 questions for you. Are you planning on settling back in a house in Malta? Let's start with this one. Based on what you mentioned, yes or no?
Well, if I had to settle, it wouldn't be Malta for sure. It would be Gozo. And
that's where we're staying as well.
yes,
last time.
Yes. And then the thing is, I've been there for 30 years. And now I don't really wish to go back to that life, you know, because we discovered a lot while we're moving.
Yeah, I can't even imagine like
I
going
can't
back and
really
staying there for a long time.
there, you know, but you never know because we have families there, and of course you never know what's gonna happen. But
Yeah,
for
but at the
now,
moment,
for
no,
sure,
yeah,
not.
wouldn't imagine it, because even when we went back to visit, it was amazing because we got to see our family and kind of see everything as we remembered it. Some things changed, some things were the same, but then we were equally looking forward to get back to the van, get back in nature, travel
Thing is,
and everything.
there's no nature. When we were there, I really missed the forest, the walks in the forest. You know, even for Holly, it was difficult because she is scared of cars, and it was a nightmare sometimes because there's nowhere to walk. You have to actually get in your car and go every day into the dog park or go somewhere else. So yeah, it's a no for now.
Name all the languages you speak between you.
English.
So we speak English and Maltese fluently.
Yes.
Yeah, then we speak some other
Those
languages,
two.
but not between us. Like Italian, we can communicate quite well, and then the other languages like German, maybe a bit Spanish, French, just a few words here and
Few
there.
words, yes.
Between us, we speak Maltese or English. Depends. It just depends really. Like when we're filming, we speak in English, then we just carry on speaking English, and then if we're speaking with family, we speak in Maltese, and then we just start speaking in Maltese. And it depends on the topic as well. If it's like a heated topic, the Maltese automatically comes out, right?
Yeah, because it's faster.
Yeah, it's faster, very fast.
How do you choose the destinations you are going to? Are there differences in preference between the two of you? When you decide where to go, do you think of where the viewers might like you to go, or do you just go where you want to?
So I think it's a mix of everything, really. So we like to change things up as much as we can. Like when you think about it, 1 year ago we were in Scandinavia, and we came down, we travelled through Poland, we spent some time in Central Europe, and then from there we're in the north of Italy, we went down all the way to Sicily and Malta, and then since then we went across, we've been in Greece and in the Balkans. So like this is just in 1 year. So we love the fact that we can experience all these extremes, you know, because it's really an extreme. Like Norway, everything is perfect and everything as it should be, and then when you're in the south, like in Sicily or something, you see some things which maybe can be a bit better.
It all depends on the duration of the trip
That for sure, yeah.
and the temperatures as well. I think those are the two things that we take into consideration when we start to plan our trips.
For sure. In fact, like normally we would have come to Greece like from March till June time, but because we went to visit our family in Malta, that's why everything kind of got delayed a little bit, and why we spent more. But it's okay because we enjoyed summer. We try and do it, you know, gradually.
And slowly as well.
Yeah, slow as possible, and work as well makes a difference. So we'll touch on this in a later question because someone asked about this. So if we have work in a certain country, we'll make sure that our route makes sense.
For example, in this video, Charlene was looking for and eventually finding her pair of scissors. Was it a planned shot? In other words, was it acting or was it real?
So I can,
It wasn't acting for sure.
yeah, without even asking you, I can say that was 100% real because Charlene is always looking for stuff everywhere in the van. We live in this tiny van. Well, it's not a tiny van, but it's tiny compared to a house. And she's always not losing things, misplacing things because they always turn up somewhere or other.
Yes, exactly. I'm organized, but then at the same time, I'm not organized.
You're too organized.
I wouldn't say that. But those scissors, I spent 2 weeks looking for them. I mean,
That's why you're surprised when you saw them. Then.
yeah, by looking, I mean, I don't spend hours looking for them, you know, but I was like thinking about them. Where are they? Where are they? You know, and I was like surprised when I found them then. So no,
Yeah, and
that
in
shot
general,
wasn't
yeah, that one for
planned.
sure not. But in general as well, really, it's just on the go. You can't really
You
plan
can't
as
really
such
plan because you're going from one place to another.
yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. But to give you an idea, basically what was planned is like, okay, we are going to Yanonina, we're going to have a walkabout, see what we find, have something to eat, and then we're going to go and find a park up, and then we're going to travel to place B, for example. So that will be planned.
Yes.
And then,
The start and the finish would be kind of planned.
yeah, and it changes sometimes
But
as
how
well.
we vlog, what we say, and no, I don't
Yeah,
really think
sometimes
so.
I get an idea and I'll write it down. I'll say, for example, I don't know, I want to talk about traffic in Albania, for example. I'll write it down, and then at
Yes.
some point I'll say, okay, yeah, I need to talk about the traffic, and just switch on the camera and start talking about it, really. And then sometimes we'll do like a shot of us walking or something, just so you can get an idea of where we
Where you are,
you know,
and
the
you feel with us
location.
as well.
Yeah, so that is kind of planned, but it's just planned there and then, we see it, so this looks nice,
Yeah.
let's do a shot here.
We don't like to plan in advance, like we book campsites, from months before. We just go there and we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. And if we don't
That's how we roll. We took
Yeah.
it day by day.
if we don't find a spot or something, yeah, that's part of the story, isn't it? And we'll see what happens from there. So next question is, do you both work on the road? And if so, what do you do?
So yes, we work on the road. We don't go back home just to work there, We are doing van life and travel as well.
Everything is mixed into one, to be honest.
Yes, exactly, yes. Chris works, so he does projects here and there, and that's our main income, I would say. And then we also have like YouTube, which is a very small amount of money,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you have to have
maybe
quite a
you
few
can-
different things, especially, yeah. So I mostly work with clients doing video projects and photography, and that's something that you won't really see in the videos. Sometimes we film a bit, you may have seen in the previous videos, like last year and so, we'll do some shots, but when we're working on a project, it's quite difficult most of the time. Sometimes we have time, it's a bit more relaxed, but normally it's just like a 3-day shoot or something, and I don't have time to film while I'm filming for the client. So that's normally what happens between the videos. And in fact, most of the clients are in Central Europe, so when you're in Turkey and these countries, it's not really worth doing work there because the economy is totally different. And that's why every time before we go to a different direction of Europe, we'll always pass through the center of Europe and do some work there. And then apart from that, Charlene also did
Yes,
a
I
seasonal
worked,
job
yeah,
twice. You did it in
twice.
winter for 2 months, right?
Yes, because we're doing this kind of life, and we live on a budget. So sometimes it's a bit tight. So yeah, I decided to go and work
And that was good
twice.
because, yeah, you found the job quite easily.
It was a
and,
seasonal
yeah,
job.
just in and out.
Yeah, the last one was really interesting because we were actually producing the, what do you call it, schnapps. And it was really, really a great experience as well.
Yeah, and I was able to work as well. I had some projects there. And then afterwards, that's when I took Holly to France. You remember from the videos, to do the VRT MOT test for the van. So sometimes we can make that work. I don't know if we'll do it again this winter. We'll see how it works. We're very
depends
flexible.
on the money, yes, because it's
And we're very flexible as well. So it's like, it depends on what happens. It's not something we're going to plan from now. We're still a few months out, and then as winter approaches, we'll see whether it's worth you doing something, and then we'll see what clients I have, and then we'll see, timing. It's very complicated, isn't it? It's like it's hard to explain.
It is. Meanwhile, I work with Chris as well because I help him in the
Yes,
business.
helping me out, and then we're doing the vlogs as
and
well,
we're doing
which
the
takes
vlogs
a lot
as
of
well.
time.
Yeah, so we're always on the go, and
Yeah, so logistics takes a lot of time as well, and then you have a lot of problems on the road as well. So like if the fridge goes or
yeah,
something with the
then
van,
you
you
have
have
to
to tackle that immediately. For us, because you live in the van, it's your home, so you have to tackle that really right away. So yeah, that is what we're doing at the moment. It's working for us. We're not where we want to be yet, but we're getting there slowly. And yeah, we're enjoying it. That's the main thing. It can be hard at times. We're enjoying it, and it's important to know that behind the scenes there's a lot of work that has to be done, because obviously you see the videos and we're eating, we're swimming, and that is obviously real life that's happening. But I would have to say that is the only time that we do it. We don't really do much else.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the time we're
Once
editing.
we switch off the camera, that's it. Chris will be vlogging and I will be on the laptop looking where we're going next.
Yeah, and then
you
I
know?
start editing the video, for example, or working on my business. So it's like always on the go. So those moments that you see on the video, I would say, are the highlights of our life, and those are our off time. Well, it's not really off either because
You
we're
have
filming.
to talk with the camera. Okay, so next question. How difficult is it to maintain an income on the move? Internet connectivity, time zone differences, etc. And how much pressure are you under to compromise between keep on moving and getting work done?
It can be difficult at times, like we said. The heat was really causing more of a problem for us.
It was
recently
crazy, I'm
because-
telling you. When we were exporting the vlog, it took 6 hours.
Yeah, so when you finish the video, let's say a vlog, 20, 30-minute vlog, it normally takes about 2-3 hours to export. And I think when we were in Meteora, one of them took like 10, 11 hours. That was the longest. So his laptop is just kind of overheating. It's like a spaceship going to explode, making all these noises, and it's just taking forever. And then you have to find internet, so it can get pretty difficult. Sometimes you have strong connection,
Yeah.
sometimes not, because you're always moving about in a van. It fluctuates. So I would say time zone, definitely not a problem. Internet, yes. Hot weather, yes. And what was the last one? Keeping on the move and getting work done. This is sometimes a bit difficult because you'll be in a beautiful place, but you also want to keep on going. And then sometimes it'll be beautiful outside, but we need to work inside on the laptop.
Maybe he's referring to burnout as well.
Yes, I would say that happens from time to time. And again, like, it's very fluid what we do. So sometimes in 1 week we might film 2 videos, and then we might go a week without filming a video. And then sometimes we'll be filming a vlog, and then I have a client work as well for 3 or 4 days, so that makes it even more difficult. And then some weeks we just relax. You most likely see us as well in the videos, like when you see us like really relaxed, you say, okay, they're having a good week.
And we don't have that routine where you have Saturday and Sundays off, you know?
No days, every day is the same.
Every
Every day is the same and every day is different.
Yeah, we're working every single day. And then there are those days where you say, okay, today I'm gonna take it a bit calm, you know. I'm not going to open my laptop, and I'm just going to, you know, like, take some time for yourself, because it's really important as well for me that we can go for a long walk, you know, 1 hour walk with Holly. That's my time. I really find it peaceful for me.
As well as that, I'd like to admit, like, sometimes I'd just be so focused on getting the work done, I'd be like, I'm not going to come with you. And that happens quite a lot, to be honest, because if you don't do that, you don't get the work done, unfortunately. So it's like just having a normal job where you have to kind of clock in at a certain time. This is totally different because you're flexible, but then if you decide to go for a bike ride or go for a walk with you and then watch a film or something, and then you just end up not doing anything at all, and everything falls behind.
1 hour here, 1 hour there, and then they do pile up. So yes, Chris is very restricted. And come on guys, give him a shout out to Chris, because he does a really good job on the vlogs. He's all the time editing.
You too as well. It's a team effort, and
But the edit is really the big part that you don't get to see, guys.
yeah, we really enjoy making the videos as well. And I would say the main issue is that we still have to do the other business as well, so that makes it difficult. Maybe at some point in the future, if we just focus on the YouTube videos, we'll be able to make them better as well.
It would be easier for us as well.
Yeah, and then we'll be able to have like actual day off or something. But at the moment, it's like, I feel, because we're doing some other stuff as well in the background as well. It's like running 3 businesses all together, traveling and taking care of Holly as well, and trying to have a normal life. Well, you can't have a normal life, can you?
Yeah, it's difficult.
So.
It's not for everyone. This life is not for everyone, I'm telling you. It's one of those lives that when you see it on camera, when you see the vlog, you know, you say, oh my God, I wish I can do what they're doing, you know?
And it is fun.
It is fun, don't get me wrong.
In general, really, like when you see something, you don't know
But you'd
what's
never
behind it.
really know what's behind it.
So hi guys, you two are a big inspiration for our own travels. Thank you. How do you both meet? That we've covered already. So we had two people that wanted to know how we met. And what is your favourite thing about the other one?
Ooh.
Keep on travelling and inspiring. So who's going to go first? I'll go first.
You
So
go first, yeah.
I think obviously a lot of things I love about Charlene. I want to joke. Yeah, I love a lot of things about Charlene, but the most one I would say, like the most maybe unique thing, is that she's very caring, like for everyone, not just for me and Holly, but for everyone. She thinks about other people before herself sometimes, so I kind of try and pull her the other way a little bit. Apart from that, like her energy for life, like even the small things make her happy. Like for example, see a butterfly, and she'd be like, "No, it's true." No, you're
yeah,
like,
I'm always
"Oh
amazed.
my god,
Yes.
look at this butterfly!" And she'd be filming it for about 15 minutes. I'd be like, "Sure, maybe we should go on now. We should carry on going. It's just a butterfly or a rainbow, you know." But the
small
excitement.
things and excitement, yes. And when I see birds as well, I think,
Oh
right?
yeah. She's like, "Stop the van, it's a bird." So, okay, when you're doing it for like 15, 20 minutes, then I'm like, okay, get a move on. But the beginning bit, the initial part of your excitement is really, really
Yeah,
cute.
because we'll be parked in a like parking space, you know, and there are deer or I don't know, like eagles, not eagles, red kites or
Yeah, it's not about a thing. It's
you
your
know,
excitement that I love. Your excitement for
yeah.
nature, for life, for doing anything really.
Okay, it's good, I think, right?
Very good, very good. I love it. So caring for people and your excitement for life.
Yes. Sometimes I feel like a kid. It's true, but
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
anyway, what I like about you, I think I really like the creative part of Chris. Yes, he's very creative. When we started dating, he was a DJ, so he was really creative, and I really liked that part of him.
Then I stopped music. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was a big fanatic of Chelsea.
Yeah, just watching football. I had nothing, no creative outlet.
And then, yeah, you started videos and photos, and yeah, here we are now. And then I really like the sense of humor that you have. It's really funny. Maybe you don't get to see that a lot, but it's
A little
really cool. We laugh a lot here in the van. Those two, I think.
And I have my British sense of humour
What else?
and my Maltese sense of humour as well sometimes. It
Ah,
depends.
yes. I hate the Maltese sense of humor. It's
The
not
Maltese,
nice.
we joke differently.
Yeah,
Like it's a whole
it's
different
like
culture.
double sense and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
And you can't really translate it. Just doesn't work, does it?
Yeah, yeah. But I think those two.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hmm?
I'll take that.
Maybe there are more, but those two are.
Yeah,
coming
even
up
me.
with-
No, there's loads more.
Yeah.
I just mentioned those two because they're like really unique about you. Happy?
Do you think of settling down in a
what way?
permanent place sometime in the future? Do you think of growing up your family with a child or two in the future? So,
So, permanent place. Like, once we discovered this type of life, it is just amazing, really, that we get to experience different parts of the world, different food, different culture, different weather, and get to kind of keep it fresh and mix it up. So, because of that, at least at the moment, I don't imagine myself settling down somewhere permanent. It'll be nice, I think, but then after a few months, I think I'll just start to miss van life and start slowly going crazy. It has its benefits, obviously. Like the one thing that I miss about being in a permanent place is the gym. Like when we used to live in Malta, and even when we were back home now for a couple of months, going to the gym, not every day, but like 4 or 5 times a week. And that's something that the only thing that I miss really, because I love that. And when you're traveling, especially between different countries, it's impossible because it just financially doesn't make sense, and even logistically we don't have time to stay looking for that. So that's the only thing I miss really about a permanent place. But apart from that, I don't think I could sit still in one place for more than a few months.
and it's the same for me. I mean, sometimes we stay in a place for 3 days and I feel the urge, you know, to move. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, let's just get somewhere else,
After
you know?
the second day, it's like, oh, this is nice. We stay in the same
yeah,
place.
and
Yeah.
then it's like too much for us.
And then by day 3 or 4, we
I don't
wanna
know
move on.
how we became like that, but it is like that sometimes.
And I think Holly's got it as well. Holly's really good. Like the moment she's a good girl. As soon as we stay in a place for 3-4 days, she starts misbehaving and she wants to. I don't know, you take her out for a walk and it's like she's never tired. But when we're traveling, she's just in sync with us. And
We see beautiful homes when we travel, and you know, I always say, "Wow, this house looks nice. It's like so beautiful." But I don't think we're in that state where we want to own a house now. I mean,
Yeah,
we
came.
lived. We lived.
We came from that to this, basically.
Exactly,
So,
and now it's like if we go back, you know, we would be. It would be a mistake, I think.
I'd say no for now. And the other question was
It
about
might be
kids.
yes in the future, though.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
We never
And
know.
the other one was
but
about kids.
For now, no.
A kid or two for the future? What do you think?
It's not on our plans for the next couple of years, for sure. I mean, it's been a wonderful journey so far, and we don't wish to stop from doing that. Having a kid is a big responsibility. It's not
Sure,
just
yeah.
for 1 year or two, you know, until they grow up. No, you have to
Yeah, your
be
life
with
changes
them,
completely,
you know,
yeah.
and you have to. How do I say it? Like you have
to focus
you have
on
to
them, yeah.
settle, and yeah, exactly. You have to
Yeah,
focus.
we can't
and
keep on
settle.
doing the stuff we're doing now at the pace we're doing it now.
We love kids, don't get us wrong, and Chris has become an uncle now as well, and I
Yeah, that's
became
good.
an auntie.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for
They're
me.
so cute, and I really wish that we get to spend more time with them. But apart from that, I don't think so, right? I mean, in the current state, you never know what might happen, you know?
Yeah, not today, but tomorrow we'll
It's
see.
like-
So I think it's important just to decide what you want to do, whether you want to have kids or whether you want to do anything really in life, and decide it for yourself, because people are just going to tell you that because that's the first thing that comes in their mind. Like, oh, are you having
Exactly.
kids now? But then it actually has to come down to you and your partner, wife, husband, whatever,
And things
just
are
to think
changing
about
as
it.
well. Being on the road is really addictive for me as well, and I think we really, really enjoy it, right?
Yeah, that stage, like about 5-10 years ago, we were living together, right? And we said that's the point where we had to make a decision: should we have kids and just settle down and stay in our jobs? And we decided to take a risk and do something different. So if that means not having kids, then so be it, and I'm sure we'll be able to do something different maybe later on.
Yes.
So that's all the questions. We saved the best one to the end. Next week we've got a really exciting video coming up. We're going to be in a brand new country, somewhere we've never visited before, so super excited to share that with you. If you've made it this far, hit the like button if you enjoyed listening to us, and we'll see you next week for the next
another
video.
one. Bye bye.
Thank you guys, bye.